Namaste, I'm Laxmi Gurung from Kagbeni, Mustang, Nepal, a small mountain village in Nepal. And everybody is talking about climate change, and yes, we are facing it. In this context, I'm very happy to discuss the climate change issues with Ayshanie, Labe, and be a part of International Women's Day.
Namaste, Laxmi ji, and very pleased to connect with you again. And thank you for accepting to be the advocate, climate advocate, women's advocate, rural advocate for this International Women's Day 2022, all the way from Kagbeni. Tell me a little bit about what you think is the key message for young women from Kagbeni and all over from Nepal to be like a role model like you?
After graduating in Lincoln University in New Zealand, I found that they have both in New Zealand tourism and agriculture are both a very important source of income. So the similar pattern is applicable in Nepal also. And agriculture is one of the traditional occupations and income generations source. So I came back after graduating my tourism. Tourism is one which contribute a carbon footprint, whereas agriculture, it always heal or revive environment. So I think linking these two requires in the Nepal context, and also simultaneously we take care of our traditional farming, because we always want to decrease the distance of food travel from the garden to the plates. I want to be a voice, because in Mustang, women work very hard. Most of the male counterpart out-migrated to abroad for more economic earnings. Every house is taken care of by the women in there, and then they take care of the houses, farmland, and because of that also I always want to be a voice. This year only we saw ice chunk coming down with the floods, and that have washed away 200 apple trees. That is completely washed overnight, and that is very painful.
You mentioned about washing away of your agriculture land, I mean the apple trees, and seeing this, do you think there will be more women interested in this kind of agriculture practices? Because when they see disasters, they might have a fear of engaging, involving, investing, spending money in this kind of practices. So what will be your message to them?
Once washed away and damaged everything, we should not lose the heart. I think we should also take another steps, and now we have 2,000 trees planted in 2 years, and along with that we are also growing the traditional patterns of agriculture, that is barley and buckwheat.
So what is it that you as a young entrepreneur would ask from your local authorities, from the mayors, from the deputy mayors, or from the Ministry of Agriculture, Forest? What will be your key ask from these authorities?
I think if women's participation in decision making they take, then I think this will also create contributions in environment sustainabilities. Say example, if anything happens to the house, flood hits, then they are the first to think how to get the source, cook the food from where, how, and get the water, and all she has to plant.
For organizations like us, if you have to ask one thing, what is it that concretely you would like organizations like us to do so that there will be more women to fight climate change for the future generation?
I think you need to invest on the renewable energies, like in Mustang. This wind and solar powers is the good source of available in Mustang. So if you could invest on renewable energies, the women do not have to go to the forest to gather the firewood. They can save their time and burning and cooking. That time consumes. They can cook faster, and they can use that time for income generations. If you can make projects like that, I think that will help many women, and women can participate more time on the decision-making process also. And I think if they make house into home, they can make a country also, like, and then they save the environment, and then the next pass on to the next generations.
Thank you so much, Laxmi. I agree very much with you in the potential of Mustang in terms of wind and solar energy. So I hope that we'll be able to work together and particularly to make sure that women get the larger benefit. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ayshanie.